Wisdom isn't always about what you know, it's about how you live, how you see the world, and how you react to it. Intelligence is more than IQ. It's emotional control, clarity of thought, self-awareness, and the ability to adapt. The Stoics, philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, taught principles that don't just improve how you think, but how you live. If you live by these truths, you don't just become more disciplined, you become wiser every single day. Here are 12 Stoic truths that sharpen your mind, increase your emotional intelligence, and elevate your mental resilience. 1. Control what you can, ignore what you can't. At the heart of Stoicism lies this simple but revolutionary idea. You don't control what happens, but you control how you respond. Most people waste intelligence, worrying about what they cannot change, other people's opinions, events of the past, or fears of the future. The Stoic becomes smarter every day because they learn to focus only on what is in their power, their choices, their judgments, and their actions. When you do this, your energy sharpens, your thoughts become clearer, you stop overthinking and start acting with precision. Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. Epictetus 2. Your emotions lie to you. Reason does noter. Stoic doesn't repress emotions, they observe them. They don't blindly follow feelings, they analyze them. That's what makes them mentally sharp. When you're angry, ask, is this worth my peace? When you're sad, ask, what can I do right now to change the cause? When you're afraid, ask, is this fear logical or just imagined? The more you train your mind to pause before reacting, the more intelligent your life becomes. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca 3. Memento mori. Remember you will die. This truth isn't meant to depress you, it's meant to awaken you. The Stoics meditated on death daily, not to live in fear, but to live with intensity. When you remember life is short, you stop wasting time. You say no to distractions. You think before you speak. You seek wisdom over validation. Every day becomes sharper, more focused, more meaningful. The fear of death becomes the fuel for deep thought and decisive action. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Marcus Aurelius 4. Speak less, observe more. The Stoic doesn't need to speak to prove intelligence. They understand that silence reveals more than noise. Most people listen to respond. The Stoic listens to understand. When you stop talking just to be heard and start listening deeply to others, to your thoughts, to the world, your mind opens up. You learn more, miss less, and make fewer mistakes. This form of silent observation is a sign of real intelligence. It is impossible to learn that which one thinks one already knows. Epictetus 5. Discomfort builds intelligence. The modern mind seeks comfort. The Stoic mind seeks growth, and growth only comes through discomfort. Saying no to temptation, sitting in silence, waking up early, reading instead of scrolling, having hard conversations. When you embrace discomfort instead of avoiding it, your mind adapts, it sharpens, you develop mental strength, creative problem solving, and emotional resilience. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Seneca 6. Don't react, respond with intention. Intelligence isn't loud, it's calm. The average person reacts instantly, emotionally, defensively. The Stoic pauses, they assess, they choose the best response, not the fastest one. Every time you choose patience over panic, logic over emotion, stillness over noise, you become smarter, you become more dangerous, because nothing rattles you. And that clarity is rare in a chaotic world. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Marcus Aurelius 7. Opinions are just that, opinions. One of the fastest ways to drain your intelligence is to let others control your mind. The Stoic doesn't fear criticism or praise. They understand that most opinions are fleeting, biased, or uninformed. If someone calls you foolish, that's their perception. If someone praises you, that's also just a story in their head. Neither should shake your core. The only opinion that matters is the one backed by reason, virtue, and clarity. What upsets people is not things themselves, but their judgments about these things. Epictetus 8. Delay pleasure. Choose long-term wisdom. Intelligence is knowing the difference between what feels good now and what's good for you long-term. The Stoic trains the mind to reject temporary highs in favor of lasting value. They resist the need for instant gratification and choose patience, discipline, and long-term strategy. Every time you choose reading over scrolling.com over chaos, saving over spending, you train your mind to think long-term. That's wisdom. In action, no man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus 9. Self-awareness is the root of all growths. The Stoics practiced constant They asked themselves daily, was I virtuous? Was I disciplined? Did I live according to my values? You don't become smarter just by reading. You become smarter by understanding yourself. Most people fear looking in the mirror, but the Stoic embraces it. Because to grow, you must see your own flaws clearly. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius, day's life is opinion. Change yours, and you change your world. The Stoics believed that events themselves have no meaning. It's your judgment that gives them meaning. Lose your job. You can see it as a tragedy or a new beginning. Get rejected. You can see it as failure or redirection. The intelligent mind knows reality is shaped not by events, but by interpretation, and interpretation is in your control. Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them. Epictetus 11. You own nothing, not even time. You don't own the past. You don't own the future. You barely even own the moment you're living in, because it's slipping away every second. A Stoic doesn't waste time. They know the clock is always ticking, and that awareness makes them think deeper, act wiser, and live more intentionally. Want to sharpen your intelligence? Ask yourself, is this how I want to spend the limited time I have left? It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Seneca 12. Character is the highest form of intelligence at the end of it all. The Stoic knows this. Wisdom means nothing if it doesn't translate into virtue. What good is knowledge if you use it to manipulate? What good is cleverness if it creates chaos? The highest intelligence is the ability to live a good life, to remain honest, just, fair, disciplined, and kind, especially when it's hard. Your intelligence doesn't come from how well you speak, but how well you live. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. How to use these 12 truths. These truths aren't just concepts, they're mental weapons, daily sharpening tools. When practiced with consistency, they don't just make you smarter, they transform you into someone who thinks clearly, acts wisely, and lives with unmatched purpose. To apply them, journal every night, reflect on which truths you practiced, and which ones you ignored. Read philosophy daily. Keep your mind anchored in timeless wisdom. Choose action over theory. Don't just learn these truths, live them in a world full of noise, flash, and empty talk. You'll be the one with stillness, depth, and a razor-sharp mind. That's the Stoic advantage.